What's up, horror fam? Steven aka Bojangles here, and by the end of this video you're going to learn 10 things about The Conjuring 2 you never knew before. And I'm going to tell you right now that number 10 is going to change everything you think you know about this movie. So stick around and come closer, my friends. I have something scary to show you. Number 1. Hallowed Ground. Remember when I talked about actress Vera Farmiga experiencing paranormal activity while filming the first Conjuring? No? Then you need to check out my video I did on 10 things you didn't know about The Conjuring after you're finished with this video. This time, production wasn't messing around because on day 1, they had a priest come in and bless the set of The Conjuring 2.
Going to the second one, I don't know whose idea it was, but I thought it was a stroke of genius to bring a priest in to bless it, yeah.
And no matter your beliefs, you can't argue with what director James Wan had to say next.
Yeah, you can never get too much good positive energy.
So, did they have any paranormal experiences after the blessing?
And nothing happened, so maybe it worked.
Yeah, definitely.
The power of Christ compels you! The power of Christ compels you!
He can't even see me.
A little more left.
You're mopping that up.
More.
Number 2. View at your own risk. A theater had to stop a screening of The Conjuring 2, citing that a moviegoer became possessed. In this video clip, which I'll link to below, you can hear the woman screaming. A witness to the event had this to say: "I was watching the movie when all of a sudden somebody screamed after being possessed. It was so scary. The whole theater ended up not watching the movie, and the one who was possessed was escorted out of the theater."
Oh my sweet Jesus.
That's rad.
Number 3. Keeping it real. Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson weren't messing around when it came to reprising their roles as Ed and Lorraine Warren. So, they went right to the source, baby.
Together we went to Lorraine's house and we broke meatballs rather, and
meatballs.
That's right. They paid a visit to the real Lorraine Warren during pre-production.
It immediately gets you into the spirit. You're there with her.
Into an actual spirit, actually.
And while we're on the subject of people taking their roles seriously, can you guess what actress Frances O'Connor did to prepare for her role as Peggy Hodgson?
I live in London, so I was able to go up to Enfield and go to the house where it happened and kind of have a look and just talk to people around Enfield and get a feel for that kind of area and the psychology.
That's right. She went right to where the incidents allegedly took place. Damn.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Number 4. Time will tell. It's probably a good thing the set was blessed so early on. But before the blessing took place, some paranormal activity did occur, according to young actress Madison Wolfe.
Maddie was saying that she sent in her audition tape, and she was like, the year on it, when they taped it said 2016, and when they sent it in, it changed to like 1976.
Seems like this type of stuff just comes with the territory when you're working on this series of films.
I feel like when you're around the horror genre, stuff like that starts to happen a little bit more because you're so open to it.
Number 5. Prepping the demons. So, have you ever wondered how Wan comes up with his ideas?
What I do, literally as a gauge, is I switch off all the lights off in my house, and it's midnight or 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning, and I'm pacing around the house coming up with crazy, scary ideas.
But how does he know which ideas are the best?
And if they creep the hell out of me, then I know it's working.
But after brainstorming all of those ideas and making these horror flicks, you'll be very surprised to learn what scares Wan the most.
But a couple of nights ago, I saw a skunk in my backyard, and that freaks the hell out of me. No, seriously, that's one of my fears, to be sprayed by a skunk.
Right.
I'm terrified of that.
What is the meaning of this, monsieur?
Number 6. Loving the demons. Universal Pictures was desperate to get Wan back to direct the next Fast and Furious movie, but he told them while he was making Furious 7 that he wanted to come back to the Conjuring franchise.
How was it bringing Vera and Patrick back? Of course, that had to be like number one on your list.
Yeah, listen, I mean, they were a big part of the reason why I came back. They were like, James, you gotta come back and do number 2 with us.
Right.
You cannot, like, you know, Vera's like, I will not take no for an answer.
But Wan coming back was definitely a surprise to Patrick Wilson.
I was surprised. I thought he was just going to stay on as executive producer and we'd get another. I knew with the success of the first one, we'd get a great director. I didn't think it would be our same director, which I was obviously thrilled about.
It was probably surprising because Universal apparently offered Wan a life-altering amount of money to direct the next Fast and Furious. But Wan had to follow his heart.
And to work with people that I truly love was just great, you know, it was a no-brainer.
Duh.
Number 7, Coming Home. The real Hodgson sisters visited the set of The Conjuring 2, commenting on the authenticity.
It's that time that it really brings back memories.
Lorraine Warren was also on set that day, and it was the first time the Hodgson sisters had seen her in 38 years.
Oh my God! Oh, my goodness! Oh, lovely to see you.
As you can imagine, they were all very happy to see each other.
It was an extremely emotional reunion for all of them because they remember Lorraine and Ed so fondly and how they had truly tried to help the Hodgson family. Not just with the supernatural elements, but just help them as a family.
Number 8, a Spectral Cameo. The little boy Lorraine sees in the beginning of the film while investigating the Amityville house is inspired by this actual photograph. While investigating the actual Amityville house in 1976, photographer Gene Campbell had his camera set up to take automatic infrared pictures throughout the night, and caught the image we saw. Some people speculate that the kid in the picture may be the ghost of John DeFeo, a little boy who was murdered in the house. Others believe it may have been Paul Bartz, a fellow investigator hanging out with the Warrens that night. Some, though, believe it was a demon.
You think that is an evil spirit, Ed?
Positively. Everything about this house was evil.
Number 9, Valak is everywhere. Throughout the movie, we had no idea what the demon's name was, but it turns out that it was being hinted at throughout the film. Here, in the kitchen, you can see the name Valak on the wall. It's on the windowsill here. Here it can be seen on the bookcase, and it's on the bracelet Lorraine's daughter is crafting.
I did not realize that. Yeah. Russell, did you realize that?
No, I did not realize that.
Number 10, Nun. This is going to come as a major surprise, but the nun Valak wasn't going to be in the film. Instead, she was a last-minute addition. Originally, it was going to be a more traditional demon terrorizing the family. This is what Wan had to say, along with some pictures he shared of the original design. Quote, "Here's my first design of the demonic entity haunting the family and Lorraine. Aaron Sims, concept designer, and myself took inspiration from our Dracula design for a movie I was attached to a long time ago called Castlevania. Justin Raleigh, /Fractured Effects, built an awesome animatronic suit, and we were going to augment it with CGI wings. But alas, during editing, I deemed this beautifully designed, sculpted horned demon too out of left field for the film. It needed to be more grounded and personal, something that would take Lorraine's faith and try to test, corrupt it. I remember the real-life Lorraine Warren talking about her love and reverence for her nun friends, and a light bulb went off. Thus, the demon nun was born. So we went back and replaced all the horned demon with the nun during additional photography. I call the last image Beauty and the Beast." End quote. So, do you think they should have stuck with the original demon design, or do you like the nun demon better? Let me know by leaving a comment below. What'd you think of this video, horror fam? If you dug it, why don't you conjure up a like by hitting that thumbs up button? Alright, until next time, my friends, look horror, listen horror, talk horror.
You told me your name.
I'm Rick James, bitch.